Hi there. This is going to be a little bit of a different video for us. This is the Mallow plush that was just won on Yahoo Japan auction, and we're here with Dio the Collector,
That's right.
who won the auction, and he's going to unbox it for us on my channel. How awesome is that, you guys?
And a couple of interview questions as well.
Yeah, a couple interviews. So let's give a little bit of a precursor to what we're seeing here. So
So
explain the auction to me.
yeah, okay. So the auction when I was just in my bed basically, and my friend sent me. He's like, "Oh my gosh, they're up, they're up." So it's like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know. Like this is crazy. Like I've been wanting these and stuff. I've been saving up for it. And I was like this. I don't know. We've never seen a mallow go up at auction before. So like this is just
Like we haven't seen it go to term, right? So
exactly.
we've seen some, but they always end early somehow or something.
Right. And then there was one back like 20 years ago, but nobody really saw that like a lot. I mean, I don't know if like that one ended early or if that was a live auction or something.
Right.
But that prices back then were kind of like all over the place. So like nowadays it's really crazy. So I was like, okay, how much this is gonna end at? I was thinking around 10,000 maybe. That's what I've been hearing. But it definitely totally shocked me. So I immediately placed a bid of $2,000 because what usually happens is someone messaged the seller and say, "Hey, can I buy this?" They give them an offer. So it's like that's not going to happen when we place a bid in. So the seller thinks that it's going to get higher. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I think they got a lot of bids up front.
Oh
So
yeah, for sure. Yeah. So I did
because I
that.
kind of had the same thought where it was like if enough people bid on this thing just early, small bids,
Right.
then maybe it'll go to term and we'll actually see the full
Exactly.
worth of this thing.
Exactly. And we did. Now obviously, the next one that appears, I'm assuming would be lower than this one because if you go on why Yahoo Japan auctions, you look at feedback, and it was just basically me and this guy bidding against each other from like $14,000. It was just me and him bidding against each other. And I'm assuming the guy was Japanese. I'm not really sure. It wouldn't matter anyway, but it was really hard because I placed a bid of 15 in, and I was like, okay, we'll see what happens. I think I'll be okay. I was immediately shocked that I was outbid literally in 3 seconds because I was like, wow, this is gonna be crazy. So I was absolutely shocked. So the next day, I wake up and it's still the same price, right? So then I place a bid in at 20, and I get outbid again at 20. I'm like, wow, this is the same guy. Isn't it? So it is the same guy. So, and I was like, you know what? I don't think I can go any further than 25. So at first I started slow. It was like the last 10 minutes. So I put in 21, outbid again. 21.50, outbid again. And I finally put 25. And the guy bid at 22.30, 35, I think was the last one.
Mm-hmm.
22.35. It was like it was staying like that for like 5 minutes because you know what happens. Someone bids at the last like 2 minutes and it raises the time again. That's
Yeah, it
something I don't like
extends.
about
Yeah,
Yahoo Demand auctions. Yeah,
which doesn't happen with eBay. It's
exactly.
eBay's done, but Yahoo Japan they tack on an extra 12 hours or
Oh yeah,
something.
that's how they get you for sure. So like, yeah. So I put the big bid in there. I was like, okay, if I get outbid, like there's no way. And I was already shocked at the price and stuff. And this was happening at 11 a.m. in the morning. I had like a dentist appointment like 15 minutes from there. I was like, come on, can you just be over? You know what I'm saying? So it was. It finally ended. I'm like, oh my goodness. But the story is not over yet because there's a bunch of obstacles that happen with this thing to get here. I mean, you can't just expect to get something that much. And plus, I also want the Boshi as well. So that added definitely to the package and price. The Boshi one, I was shocked about the Boshi myself too.
So tell us about the shipping drama that happened with this.
Oh yeah. So first of all, I buy it, and it seems to be all going good. But then Zen Market gets it at their warehouse, and they're like, well, first of all, you're gonna have to pay insurance. Like we can't let this go since it's so high. You can't let this go on insurance. So we have to give you that later. But first, they asked me about we need your ID. We need like your driver's license. We need three phone numbers. Your social security. I'm sorry. We need your social security code.
Your mother's maiden name.
The maiden name, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dog, cat. So I was like, oh my god, okay, crazy. I never saw this before. So I submit all that. That was like a 3-day process on itself because, different time zones and whatnot. So I do all that. And finally they're like, okay, we are ready to ship the item. And they said, what shipping method do you choose? I choose DHL because I've always been doing that. I don't know how it's like with FedEx or USPS. I've heard something it's on UPS. They charge every single like little dime they can get off of you. So
Sure.
like, let's not make that happen. So I use DHL, right? So then it's going good. They ship it. It takes like 8 days for the truck to come and pick it up.
8 days. Oof.
Yeah. So is this? I'm already waiting like 10 days for this to be out and stuff. And insurance. Oh my god, the insurance was pretty high. They had a pre-insurance, which was weird, and then they had a bigger insurance, which was around $3,000. Which is, I was like, I want to take this risk? Like, probably yes, because
So like the initial insurance that you can pay for, and then on top of that, they
exactly,
charged you
yeah,
more. Okay.
Exactly. It was the initial one was $300, and then they said, well, that was pre-insurance, whatever that was. I think the pre-insurance was for like from like not Osaka, wherever the item was, domesticated to the warehouse. I think that's.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Gotcha.
I think that's what that was. And then they charged me again. I'm like, okay. I was starting to get worried. How much are they going to charge me for this item? Because if they charge tax on you, which they kind of did a little bit, then that would hurt a lot. So
Sure.
finally, it gets shipped out, right? And it gets to Cincinnati. I live in around like Cleveland, Ohio-ish. So it gets shipped to Cincinnati, and then the customs at Cincinnati say, oh, like we need some more information about you, and we need all this stuff. And I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
Listen to this. They said, if you don't give us information in 5 days, we'll ship the item back, and we will not be able to carry on with the delivery.
That'd make my heart stop, man.
Yeah, like what if my technology wasn't working or anything like that? It could have been a big issue. So I contact them and I give them all my information I possibly can. Here you go. Here's, it was a lot of stuff. So finally, I made another payment of like another $200 for something. It said, oh, import fees. I didn't even know what these payments were at the time. I just paid him, because it's too late now to go back.
Oh yeah, there's too many obstacles. But yeah, whatever hurdles you got now, you have to go through with them.
Exactly. But finally, I received a notification on at 9 o'clock that said it was with the delivery carrier and that will be here today. And that my heart was just so, I sank in. I'm like, finally, this is safe. This is here. You know what I'm saying? So it was a whole thing.
So what did the DHL guys say? Anything?
Oh yeah. So basically he came to me, and what's weird, they put the value on the package. He's like,
what?
It's like $30,000. He's like. He's like, what's in here? I was like, it's just a couple of stuffed animals. He's like, oh my! He starts to like almost faint. I was like,
he's expecting like diamonds and stuff.
I know. He's like, I thought this was like, no. I was like, no, it's just it's a collectible. And he's like, oh well, you have a nice day. You know what's really funny to me though? I know a lot of people won't think about this, but a certain guy at like Zen Market have to package this up for me, and saying, he's like, oh, it's probably just another thing. But then he sees the value, he's like, oh, well, now I gotta be careful.
Yeah, I hope you wore gloves.
Exactly. Yeah, like I obviously, make sure my mitts are clean for this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would actually feel the plush.
Yeah.
I probably will. Obviously, I have a couple glass cabinets and glass containers up for it. The plush to go in, so no dust gets on there, so it's nice and safe.
Nice. Well, I don't think any further ado is necessary. Let's rip that puppy open.
That's right. Yeah, this is it. If I keep my sanity low, I hope I do. But if I start to freak out a little bit, don't blame me.
Hey, it's all good. We're all gonna freak out a little bit about seeing this guy.
I'm pretty sure. And there's also the Boshi here, which is really cool.
Oh yeah, that's right. So you got the Boshi as well.
That's
Welcome
right.
to the Boshi Club.
Exactly. The Boshi did look like it had a little glue on the back that was kind of like weird, so I'll have to check that out.
Huh?
If it is gone, which I don't think it is, but we'll see.
Well, I can see his foot already. Let's see him first.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I can see Mallow's foot, to be honest with you too. I don't know how I feel, but it's quite interesting to tell you. All right, so here he is.
Oh no, we lost video.
Oh shoot. There we go. Give me 1 second.
The pièce de résistance.
That's right.
And here we go, drama. Okay, here we go. We're back.
There we go. Wow.
There he is.
Definitely surreal. So now me and you both have one. So that's
yeah.
Sunglasses look a little bit.
It's an exclusive club.
That's right. Like I said, I didn't know the value. Slightly. I don't want to like rip it or anything.
So he was like $8,000.
Yeah, that's what it ended up being, which was really insane. I thought he was like, maybe gonna be 3,000 at the most, but
it's been a while since he's been up, but I think like the last one went for maybe 1,200.
Wow, I think it's what it was because the guy was smart that had these both up. What he did was he put Mallow ended up first. He knew Mallow was worth more. So
yeah.
People lose a Mallow, they'll just go for Boshi. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So here he is. Yeah, that is crazy to me.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
It's a really good.
It's
so
definitely very good condition for sure. Yep, I knew it. That's a bummer, but hopefully that can be fixed.
Yeah, just a little fabric glue I think would be.
It looks like there's a little bit of glue residue there, so hopefully that can come back. But,
yeah, that's not too big an issue. You have all the pieces, so.
For sure, yeah.
How are his nostrils? Are they good?
Yeah, his nostrils look all good. Yeah.
It's good. Yeah.
Very doesn't look like he has any dust or anything on him.
Tag is nice.
You know what's funny about these? These are a lot smaller than I thought.
Yeah. They are.
So there. Let's move on to Mallow because I really am excited about this.
Yeah, let's do the big one.
Here, let me get a really good picture. Wow. So there, if you can look in there, you can kind of see his vest in there, which is. It's really surreal, to be honest with you. I would never thought this day would come. I'm sure, like.
Well, you earned it.
Yeah, I mean, if you save your money and you have no bills to pay, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It can happen, definitely for sure. That's why getting this stuff now is probably better than waiting another 10 years because who knows what would be worth. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But, yeah, it's just nice. Oh my god.
Oh.
I can't really keep my sanity about this, but.
Look at that. Oh man,
he's kind of tied.
I've only seen him in photos for so long. This is great.
I know. It's really crazy to have him actually like on video like this.
Well, I'm so happy it went to a collector and not some other investor or something.
Wow.
People were speculating that it was an investor, so it's good. Oh, look at that.
That's crazy. Wow. I'll do a couple comparisons with the book. Wow. It's really, you gotta sink it all in, but it's just the eyes look perfect. I mean, they don't look like they have any scratches on there. The only major issue is this, but who cares about it? It's Mallow. I mean, come on. But yeah, a lot of people are saying that was going to go into like investor or something. That's not the case at all. This was not for investment at all. This is clearly for I personally love RPG and stuff. I love Mario in general, as you can see in my room.
Sure.
So it wasn't investment at all. I'm not trying to inflate the market or anything.
For the love of the game, baby.
Exactly. The thing about an auction, it takes two to tango, right? There's someone behind me that would have paid that much.
I wonder if your Japanese bidder was the owner of the largest Mario collection in the world, according to Guinness.
Oh, you mean Kaya, or what is it?
Yeah, Kai. Kai's Mario Fun on Instagram. Could have definitely been him because I don't think he has one, but I don't know.
He doesn't have any RPG plush except the Yoshi, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's definitely demanded not only with Mario collectors but with Square collectors as well. Because this was, the game was produced by Square. I'm sure a lot of people liked it.
Yeah, it kind of has that double.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know what's funny about Mallow? If you look at him like this, he's frowning, right? He's like, "What's going on?" He's like, happy, That's funny about that. There's a little comparison next to the Boshi. You can see he's a lot smaller.
He is really small because I'm looking at my Boshi right now and I'm like, wow, he's tiny.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Tinier than Mario too. I mean, that's in keeping, I guess, with the character, but
to actually show people that don't like here's I have this Yoshi that I got when I was my first ever Mario collectible ever. So I'll put him right next to here. So you can kind of see, if a lot of people I know have this Yoshi, so you can kind of see it's about the same size as about the Yoshi. So it's not that real big. I'd say maybe about 7 inches. It's probably it is almost the size as the Mario 64 Bowser-ish. I can see it over there. It kind of
wow.
Yeah, so it's definitely the material. I'll go over a couple of material. The shoes right here, I can already feel these are cardboard for sure.
Oh, they do have the cardboard?
They
Because
have the carver just
that
like
was
the
more
Boshi.
of a Banpresto thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Yeah, they have the carver in there. Yeah, I'm really being careful because
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
want to like scrape them. But I don't know if this is on it. It feels like a duct tape kind of material. That's kind of what that feels like. But I'm
Well,
not
and
sure.
so the blue and the white are separate on his
Yeah. Actually, if you can
pants.
see here, there's a little bit of let's see. There's a little bit of peeling. I don't know if you can see it. You see
Oh,
that
it's
right there?
peeling.
A tiny bit, only a tiny bit. I mean,
Like it could be like it's weird that they did that with separate fabric though, and
oh
then
yeah,
like stitched it together. That's a
it is
weird way to
really
do it.
weird because it feels like duct tape. That's what it feels like. It's
That's
exactly.
interesting.
Yeah, it really is. So basically, what I feel like what they did is they put the white on first. That's what it looks like,
Sure.
and then they put the blue on and stitched the blue onto the white, and then this black belt they put it all here. And this is actually a hard piece. This is almost like as hard as
Okay.
like coin. That's what it feels like right now.
Okay.
That definitely is what that feels like.
And then the belt is more like duct tape too.
Yeah, everything. All his vest is all duct tape. His pants are basically all duct tape.
Ha!
That's what I can see. Which, well, I don't know if it is duct tape. I mean, this is a UFO catcher prize.
Sure.
Like 50 cents to me. You know.
So you heard it here first. Mallow designed his pants off of duct tape.
That's right.
I guess when you're putting pants on a cloud, you gotta be creative.
You gotta definitely be creative. Like, yeah, they, with the car, they got everything right with this plush. They got exactly to the art.
When you got the original hang tag too, and
yeah, that's really nice.
let's see the back tag.
Yeah, the back tag looks all nice. There's no stains on there or anything.
That's
it has
lovely.
The engravings. On this side it says RPG as well. So they're basically all the same tag. I'd love to translate this tag. I don't know if anybody's done that before, but I definitely love to do that for sure.
Just says Super Mario RPG SquareSoft in 1996 on it. Copyright Nintendo.
There's no like character.
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah,
Maybe.
Definitely.
But it's interesting that it came out in 96. I guess that's in keeping because the game is 95. And it typically took a year for the merchandise to appear.
Right, yeah.
I don't know offhand when in the year 95 it was released. I'm assuming late. So typically when you see like copyright 1996, that is the actual copyright of the plush and not the game. Because sometimes they'll use the game.
Exactly, yeah. Which is interesting. I mean, I guess that's what they had to do.
His feet are so fuzzy.
Yeah, I know. He's very, like, there's no hairs or anything on this. It's very good condition.
Yeah.
Just like Boshi is.
Yeah, it's super good.
Yeah, which I'm really happy about. The thing about this, which is funny, is I'm actually wondering, like, how many, when they do a set, they have to order some, like, I wonder what if there was, like, say there was 10 Marios, say there was 10 Yoshis, 5 mushrooms. I barely see any of the star. I've never seen the star in the set. So maybe there's, like, 3 stars and, like, 2 Mallows in every UFO catcher, like, thing they ordered. Because it's an obscure character, so I really don't know how many of these were in each UFO catcher. I'd love to die to see an actual clear, like, picture of what these looked like inside those machines, because it's so...
Yeah, I mean, there just isn't any production numbers to be had for this merchandise. Like, a lot of times, like, when you'll see coins and you'll see comics and you'll see this, and there's always production numbers. And we've tried, like, several people have tried to get things from even American companies that have made this stuff, and there's just no record. They don't keep records of what they made and how many were sold
really
and all
sad.
that. Yeah, it's a bummer. But it makes it a little bit more mysterious and a little bit more coveted because we know that...
That's right.
I mean, we know basically from hunting auctions for me, it's been like over 20 years that this is definitely a once in a lifetime.
Oh, for sure, yeah. It's definitely interesting that that a lot of people thought it was a custom. I when I first saw it, I was like, oh, this feels like official, but you never know. It's so...
I never thought it was a custom. I was never on board with that. I always felt that it was so... Because back when I saw that first, like the picture that I had that circulated forever, that was like the only picture we had for like a decade. That was an auction, and that was way before customs were a thing, really. Like, people were making customs regularly. So I was like, no, this is totally a thing. I just had no idea how rare it was. Otherwise, I would have snatched that one.
That would have been insane. Yeah, we would would
And
definitely.
if I remember correctly, he went pretty high when I saw him in that auction. And I'm really glad I saved that picture, but this is so
That
much better.
is history. That picture right there for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one, and then it's funny how we saw that set sheet. Literally, was it like a week after the Macari one showed up or something like that? Which was
Yeah.
great. Yeah. So yeah, well, this was great, Brett, for having me on the channel.
Yeah, thanks so much for unboxing it for us. That's a great exclusive.
Oh yeah, for sure. It will be kept definitely in a. Don't worry, it's in good hands. It's not like it's not going to be. It's not going to be sold, or we'll see what happens to it. But it's definitely going to be in the collection for a very, very long time. It's
Nice.
definitely worth the money, definitely for sure. It's not. I don't regret a single dollar at all. I did definitely, having like if say if someone else would have got it, like that Japanese collector, who knows what happened to it? You probably wouldn't see the light of day to it. I'm sure a lot of people before this video is aired, they'll say like, oh, it's kind of like it was there and it was gone. You know what I'm saying? There's no footage of it, but now you know why it took so long to get this video up, because there's a lot of dilemmas and all the shipping to get it here. So just know, if you're gonna buy something from foreign countries, there's gonna be a lot of stuff to go with it, of course. Like,
Yeah, add definitely like $5,000 on top if you're going big.
oh, for sure, yeah, you gotta, and always go with. See, I went with a proxy that has good commission. It was only $3 for every single purchase, which really helped me with that.
That's huge.
So,
Because a lot of
yeah,
proxies will do a percentage of the final value and stuff.
exactly, yeah.
So
That was definitely a good save.
I wonder if we're going to see Zen Market come back and be like, okay, we're not doing this anymore.
I don't know, but that would be interesting. Yeah.
We lost out on a lot of money there. We need to redo our policy.
That's what I wondered too. Yeah, they could. Oh yeah, they could have hit golden. But yeah. Well, that was. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm glad that that we were able to do this.